The Osbourne family, known for their larger-than-life presence in the world of music and reality television, has always been a subject of public fascination. Ozzy Osbourne, the legendary Black Sabbath frontman, and his wife Sharon Osbourne, alongside their children Aimee, Kelly, and Jack, became household names through their groundbreaking MTV reality show, The Osbournes, which aired from 2000. While the show propelled the family into global stardom, it also highlighted the complex dynamics among its members, particularly between siblings Jack and Aimee Osbourne. Before Ozzy Osbourne's passing on July 22, 2025, the relationship between Jack and Aimee was notably strained, marked by distance, differing life choices, and a lack of closeness as evidenced by their own public statements and the family's history. Jack Osbourne, born on November 1985, and Aimee Osbourne, born on September 2, 1983, are the youngest and eldest children, respectively, of Ozzy and Sharon Osbourne. Growing up in a family constantly under the public eye, both siblings navigated their paths differently. Jack embraced the spotlight, starring alongside his parents and sister Kelly in The Osbournes, which showcased their chaotic yet endearing family life. The show captured Jack as a rebellious teenager, often clashing with Kelly and engaging in the kind of antics that made the family relatable to audiences worldwide. Aimee, however, made a deliberate choice to step away from this public exposure. At the age of 16, when the Osbournes began filming, Aimee moved out of the family's Los Angeles home, opting for privacy over fame. Her decision to avoid the reality show set the tone for her relationship with her family, particularly with Jack and Kelly, and shaped the public's perception of her as the reclusive Osbourne sibling. Aimee's reasons for avoiding the Osbournes were rooted in her desire to carve out an independent identity separate from the family's celebrity status. In a 2015 interview with The Independent, Aimee explained that she valued her privacy and wanted to develop as an individual without the scrutiny of reality television. She expressed a desire to avoid being defined solely as Ozzy Osbourne's daughter, particularly as she pursued her own music career under the moniker ARO, derived from her initials. Aimee's music, inspired by artists like Fiona Apple and Mazzy Star, leaned toward a moody, introspective style, contrasting sharply with the heavy metal legacy of her father. She described her choice to move out as challenging, likening it to swimming in the ocean all by myself, but necessary to maintain her sense of self. This decision, while empowering for Aimee, created a rift with her family, as Sharon later expressed regret over Aimee's departure, stating on The Talk in 2018 that she regretted it every day. Jack, on the other hand, leaned into the opportunities that came with the Osbournes. The show launched him into a career in media where he explored roles as a television producer, host, and paranormal investigator. His visibility grew through projects like Ozzy and Jack's World Detour on the History Channel and paranormal shows such as Portals to Hell and The Osbournes Want to Believe on the Travel Channel. Jack's public persona was one of openness, embracing the chaos of his family's fame, even as he battled personal struggles, including addiction and a diagnosis of multiple sclerosis. His willingness to live in the public eye stood in stark contrast to Aimee's preference for privacy, creating a natural divide between the siblings. The strained relationship between Jack and Aimee became more evident through their public statements in the years leading up to Ozzy's death. In a July 16, 2025 episode of the Disrespectfully podcast, Jack candidly discussed his lack of closeness with Aimee, stating, "We're not close at all. We don't have a great relationship. She'll be the first to tell you that, so it's no secret." He attributed Aimee's decision to avoid the Osbournes to her aspirations as a serious musician who viewed reality television as low-hanging fruit that could undermine her artistic credibility. Jack noted that Aimee's vision for her career was to emulate artists known for their depth and obscurity, and she believed participating in the show would tie her too closely to the Osbourne brand. While Jack acknowledged her perspective, he admitted he had never directly asked Aimee if she regretted her decision, underscoring the emotional and communicative distance between them. Aimee's own words echoed this sentiment of disconnection. In her 2015 Independent interview, she described her relationship with her siblings as one of acceptance rather than ease, stating, "Do we socialize?" This lack of social interaction extended to both Jack and Kelly, with whom Aimee shared little common ground. Kelly, in a 2021 appearance on Dax Shepard's Armchair Expert podcast, further confirmed the rift, saying, "We don't talk. We're just really different. She doesn't understand me, and I don't understand her." The siblings' differing approaches to fame, Aimee's avoidance versus Jack and Kelly's embrace, created a divide that persisted over the years. While Aimee maintained a cordial relationship with her parents, supporting Ozzy during his 2016 split from Sharon, her interactions with her siblings remained limited. Despite their estrangement, Jack and Aimee were connected through their shared involvement in Osbourne Media, a production company they co-founded. This professional collaboration, however, did not seem to bridge the personal gap between them. Aimee's focus remained on her music, with her debut album Vaquer Adamare released in 2020 under IRO, while Jack continued to build his career in television. Their paths rarely crossed publicly, with Aimee making only rare appearances, such as her survival of a deadly Hollywood recording studio fire in May 2022, where she escaped alongside her producer, though one person perished. The Osbourne family's public narrative often highlighted their unity, particularly in the face of Ozzy's health struggles with Parkinson's disease and his eventual passing. However, the reality of Jack and Aimee's relationship was far less cohesive. Jack's comments on the Disrespectfully podcast, recorded just weeks before Ozzy's death, painted a picture of two siblings who had grown apart, living parallel lives with little overlap. Aimee's choice to prioritize her independence and privacy, while admirable, left her on the periphery of the family's public-facing endeavors, which Jack and Kelly fully embraced. The culmination of these dynamics was evident in the lead-up to Ozzy's funeral on July 30, 2025, where Jack, Aimee, Kelly, and their half-brother Louis stood alongside Sharon in a rare public display of unity. Aimee's presence at the funeral, marked by her tearful appearance in a black veil and beret, was a significant moment, as she had largely avoided public events tied to the family. This gathering suggested a temporary reconciliation driven by the shared grief of losing their father, but it did not necessarily indicate a mending of their long-standing distance. The Osbourne family's statement following Ozzy's death, which included Aimee's name alongside Jack, Kelly, Sharon, Louis, was a formal acknowledgement of their shared loss, but it omitted Ozzy's older children from his first marriage, Jessica and Elliot, hinting at the complex layers of family dynamics. In the years before Ozzy's death, Jack and Aimee Osbourne stood as siblings divided by their approaches to fame, career aspirations, and personal values. Jack's openness about their lack of closeness, combined with Aimee's own admissions of limited contact with her siblings, painted a picture of a relationship marked by mutual respect, but little warmth or interaction. Their shared history as children of a rock legend and their brief professional collaboration through Osbourne Media were not enough to bridge the gap created by Aimee's early departure from the family's public life. As the Osbourne family navigated their grief, the public saw a fleeting moment of togetherness, but the underlying story of Jack and Aimee's relationship remained one of distance and divergence.